We're going to flip the switch a little bit from this jazz music. Welcome, Tammy.
Hey, how are you doing?
Join us again. I should put on your necklace that I haven't given you yet. I have two of them. One for you and one for me. Here's mine. It matches. I put that on today.
Actually, that's very pretty. It matches the shirt really good.
Yeah, I'm going to put this on. This is a necklace I bought for Tammy. Hers is still in plastic. This is mine. When I see something I really like, I'll buy me one and one for somebody else. But I bought this for Tammy, and she's going to tell you why. This speaks to her in just a little bit. But before we do that, let's get let's see if we get this on here. Let's make sure we press clean. We're pressing the clean version of this. Let's see. Okay, it has a whole nother name, which I did not know about. So that's always interesting. Good morning, everybody. Come on in. We can't wait for you to join us today. Tammy Lewis. And Tammy, does anybody else call you Tammy, or am I the only one? Does everybody else call you by your government?
Nobody just Tamara. I mean, people just call me Tammy. They don't call me Tamara. The only person that calls me Tamara is my daddy.
Oh, your dad. Oh, well, you know, daddies will do that.
And that's when I'm in trouble, probably.
Well, this shirt could have used a little bit of iron. Hey, how many of y'all know this song? Me and Smooch did look. They have all the challenges with this.
Oh, yeah. Classy. Yeah.
This lipstick looks so odd. This lip gloss, it looks so odd on me. This is why I always wear just regular clear, because the color looks so odd on me, to me. Yeah, because it's not really like, but maybe I need to go back to lipstick. Although I love lip gloss. When I come back, I'll probably be back to my plain lips. All right, yeah, who out there is a savage? We got any savages out there? Uh-oh. There's a savage right there. How y'all doing this morning? Did y'all see a new flyer? Anybody out there see? I got a bunch of phone calls and my phone is zapping, which means Cash App. So, hey, Stevie Aisha Mills. How you doing, sugar? Okay, wait, let me turn this sound down so I can share this.
I'm trying to share that. I'm looking to the side because I'm trying to share the my watch party on my page. Okay.
Hey, Lisa. Hey, Kayla.
I love that.
That should have been the title. I'm a savage. That's what I'm gonna do when I share. We're gonna take a few minutes this morning. We're not gonna jump right into it because we're trying to get ourselves technology together, right?
Right.
A little bit of time to do that. We usually jump right in on it, but we're here, so listen, we showed up on time, right?
Right.
So I love this. The first time I played this episode 78. And the first time I've ever played this song, Savage. Oh no, the one time we played it, and we danced, me and Kim and Allison, I think, danced to it one time.
Yeah, Lauren and I, so the girls taught me the Savage Challenge, and now there's like the remix new challenge. So
there's a what challenge?
So you know they have the dance on TikTok, right?
What's it called?
For Savage, well, it's just a Savage. It's called the Savage Challenge. But now that they remixed it,
it's that one when everybody's doing this, right?
No, that's another one. That's the. Well, it starts like that, and then it goes into the Savage dance. Girl, TikTok. So when I saw TikTok, the first thing I said is, why did I not get stock in this company before it went? Oh my gosh.
If only we knew, right?
But now that they remixed it. Right. But there's what was this guy? Gary V.
Oh, girl,
Gary V has been talking about TikTok.
Me. He just, I mean, not him personally, but you know, he has this group. That's the text I just got. Yeah. I love Gary V. He just said.
So do you remember him talking about TikTok?
Yes. And he said you need to get in it. Adults, everybody. But that's what he tells you to get. Listen, if you guys aren't following Gary V, you need to. He just curses sometimes too much for me, and I'm like, okay, let me click off there. But his text this morning said, fear leads to non-action. Non-action leads to no results. Stop being scared of the unknown. It's fake. It's the boogeyman for grown-ups. The unknown is the boogeyman for grown-ups. He tells it like a TIA.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Love Gary V. Oh, so we the first time we probably made it through a whole song too. With me chit chat. Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome. Let's see, is anybody in here? Nobody's in here with us, but lots of folks are on Facebook watching. So happy we were actually able to go live. This is your Super Girlfriends here in front of you. My name is Angie Sims. I'm the founder of the League of Girlfriends, the fastest growing and the dopest social organization, socially distant organization this side of creation. So happy to have you guys here with us. The League of Girlfriends is the softest landing space for women anywhere, but it's like-minded women. So when I say that, some folks say, well, I want to join, but I don't have a business. Well, lots of our girlfriends don't have businesses, but they're business-minded. Right. So I always use Sharita as an example. Sharita is one of our charter members, which means she's part of our board of directors, right? Sharita's a stay-at-home mom with 3 kids, but she's also an engineer. Y'all get that? Business-minded. So no shade on people that aren't business-minded. It's just what we do over here. You can still come get some love. The League of Girlfriends has, I want to say, the best girlfriends. Right? Because we are really committed to your success. Some of your real girlfriends love you, will go on a girls trip with you, but when it comes time to support your business, like for example, if you start a company named TikTok, how many of them would buy stock in your company? Until they see it end up being what TikTok is. Then they'll all say, girl, why didn't you tell me? You say, I did tell you. And they say, well, you didn't tell me the right way, girl. You know how you got to tell me, That's not what you have to do with these girlfriends. These girlfriends find out that you have a need, find out that you need support, find out that you need inspiration or empowerment, or even some of their stuff, and they give it to you. One of my girlfriends, for example, Jan Lauer. Jan reached out to me and said, Angie, it's a two-way street because I give a lot. I help a lot. At least I try to help a lot. So Jan called me and we were just having some conversations about her business. She said, Angie, would you mind if I sent you some products? Would I mind? Hell no. I wouldn't mind. So now I'm using Jan's products every day. I've got it right here. Rodent and Fields. I'd heard about Rodent and Fields for years and years, but never tried it because there's just so much of everything. There's so much of everything. So how do you pick? Well, if you have a girlfriend that says, Angie, I'd love to give you my products and have you use it, the least I could do is show it to you guys. You can see the difference in my complexion. It's a little brighter. It looks quite clean this morning. I actually haven't done my toner part yet because I ran out of the bathroom. So I'm not going to put this on quite yet because the first step is my mask. Second step is I put the toner on. And this is the third step. I put on the triple defense treatment on my face. This is what your girlfriends will do. They'll exploit you for good reason. They'll use their powers for good and not evil by supporting you, by helping you out, by moving your message along, by getting you new clients, by getting you new girlfriends. Right. Let me tell you, I've even had some new guy girlfriends. There's lots of men that support the League of Girlfriends, and we're super happy for that. And the last 2 women that joined the League of Girlfriends came to us from other men. One lady just stopped past a man's brick and mortar up in Hiram, and he said, oh, you're new to town? Oh, well, you need Angie. I haven't seen this guy, and I saw him about maybe 6 months ago. Before that, I hadn't seen him in like a year and a half. But he remembered. And when she said, I'm new to town, this is a soft landing place for girlfriends that move to town, right? I'm new to town. I don't really know anybody. He said, oh, well, you got to get with Angie. She's the leader of the girlfriends is all she told him. But the League of Girlfriends is an incredible place for you to come. If you're looking for a place where you need new friends, every single woman needs a girlfriend. And I believe that every girlfriend needs this girlfriend right here, Tammy Lewis. So we came by way of Tammy through one of our charter girlfriends, Edeline Francois Dryden. Edeline has an incredible company by the name of We Rock, which is Women Entrepreneurs Rock, which she's been supporting for over 10 years. This is her 10th year anniversary. And out of that evolved a company called We Network, right? Women Entrepreneurs Network. So she's showing you how to network in smaller pods of women, but really learning, really going about the business of building your business. So a lot of you guys are going out networking, especially when we could come out socially. You were networking every day. And here, if you don't live in Atlanta, let me just give you a little clue. Atlanta is networking entrepreneur heaven, right?
Yes.
If you have a business, Atlanta is where you should be, because everybody got a business. Not so much if you're in New York. New York is if you got a business, it's on the side, not just the French fries. It's the cheese on the French fries. It's way on the side, baby. Because in New York, we go to work. That's what we do. We get our asses up and we get on the bus or the train or the path or whatever, and we go to work, right? Your business is on the side. Unless you have a brick and mortar in the store, okay, that's something different. But if you got a business, it's way on the side, right?
Right.
So Atlanta, not so much. You can look at schedules where you can go to 5 networking events during breakfast, 7 during lunch, and 8 during dinner. Every single day. This is how the SuperGirlfriends platform came out. Because the first thing I thought is, I've got 300 something members. Where are they going to go network now that they're not allowed to go outside, right? So we took this platform and brought it virtually. And now, as I mentioned, we're on episode 78. We've had over 110 speakers.
Wow.
And I put them in the spots where I knew girlfriends would usually be networking. 11:30 in the morning and 6 o'clock at night. Right? To fill the void, but more so to continue the messaging and to show girlfriends you got to pivot. You got to do stuff different now. I know you've never been online and you're a little shy. You don't think that, whatever is good enough. So you hold back. You're sitting at home wondering, how am I can't have parties. My upline is telling me to have parties online. I'm not really comfortable with that. So I'm just going to stay at home and watch TV. Meanwhile, your business suffers. Meanwhile, your family suffers. Because while you're waiting on your $1,200 relief stimulus check and maybe an SBA loan that you think you might have a shot at, and maybe you're waiting for some unemployment, you have a full-fledged business that you are not executing on. And I'm telling you, your clients are waiting for you. They're wondering where you are. You know where your clients are? They're looking at me and Tammy right now. That's where your clients are. So if you happen to sneak into this and you listen to this on our podcast later on, your clients are waiting for you to get the courage to sell to them. That's it. Right. They're waiting for you to get the courage to share your products and services with them. Well, Angie, I don't really know, everything about my business, and I know I've got some gifts, and I just don't really know how to explain it to people. You need to get some help. Help is everywhere. I'm not the only coach in the game, but I'm one of the dopest.
That's a good t-shirt. Dope coach.
Yes. I got a good t-shirt. I got on my platinum VIG. I can't see with my left. I got on my platinum VIG t-shirt today, but yeah, I am going to get a t-shirt that says, I'm not the only coach, but I'm the dopest. It's the truth. Mm-hmm. My girlfriends get so much when we share together, because I'm not just giving them a list of stuff to do. I'm not saying, hey, girlfriend, go do ABC, go do that. Because chances are, if they weren't doing it before they met with me, I'm going to get them excited, but they're not going to really do it unless they have an accountability partner. Right. Unless they got somebody they can check back in with. Unless when another idea comes up, they got somebody to bounce it off of. That's not necessarily going to charge them every conversation. That's the difference. A real coach wants to see you succeed. There's a lot of coaches out there that want to see you meet marks, say you've done stuff, so they can check stuff off their list, or so they could get you to hire them when you haven't quite done it. I tell all my clients, listen, you can't hire me forever, so you have to learn how to be self-sufficient. I am teaching women how to fish, because if I give you a fish, you're just going to eat today. Mm-hmm. If I teach you how to fish, you're going to feed your whole family. You may be able to retire your husband, or at least give him a break, right? We want our husbands to get a break. We do. The good wives over here, me and Tammy, the good wives. Nobody wants to see anybody they love suffer through maybe a job they don't like, a job that's wearing their body down, or just, everybody wants to see the people they love executing their dreams, especially your children. The more you do, they're watching you. The more they'll want to do. I talked to my niece the other day, who I hadn't spoken to. She's not my real niece. She's my pretend niece, but my niece, right? I've known her since she's 2 years old. She is now 24, I think, right? Mm-hmm. So I've known her all of her life, right? Me and her mother are best friends. And she started talking to me about stuff that happened while we lived in Jersey and she was younger, and how much it meant to. She said, remember you and mommy had a book club, And boy, I just felt so inspired by that. And she was never there. She was always upstairs, and we would sit downstairs and drink wine and talk about the books and laugh and joke. And it was only like 4 of us consistently, right? But she talked about how much she learned about being a strong woman by watching us. She said, boy, you and mommy, when y'all worked the city, y'all had it going on. Boy, y'all had the money. Y'all had the, just the images she has.
Right.
Just from watching us. You have no idea what you are pouring into your children just by executing purposefully. They're watching you. And guess what? Their friends are watching you. So you could be inspiring way more than just your children. You could be inspiring everybody's children. And Elizabeth was on here. I think it was Elizabeth that said it. Elizabeth or Regina, one and two, we were talking about child predators and protecting your children from child predators and sexual abuse and things. And one of the two of them said is our children are all that we have. I mean, we're all that our children have, excuse me. She said, we're all that our children have. And I flipped that and said, no, our children are really all that we have, right? The reason why is because the same child that you're disregarding, that you're ignoring, that you're sending to play on their computer or their iPad or a video game, you're sending them over there in that corner just for them to be raised by that. Yeah. They're going to be the same ones wiping your butt in a couple years. Making the decision whether somebody in the home should take care of you or whether they want to be bothered. Our children are all that we have. So it's time to pour into them purposefully. So listen, my girlfriend here, my VIG, my very important girlfriend, Tammy Lewis is here with us again today. And we're so honored to have us. I love Tammy for so many reasons. One of which is that Tammy reminds me a lot of me, that whole get it done. Come on, just keep it on getting it done. My mother taught me Kim, honey, keep it moving by any means necessary. Kim. So I tell people all the time, Kim, baby, we ain't got time for that. Keep it moving, right? So Tammy has a lot of that. You know, when I first met Tammy at We Network, we were sitting around a conference table and I heard her saying that, yeah, she was going into surgery, I think tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, right? She's sitting here with us just talking business. I think she even did a presentation, right? Yeah. She was going for surgery for cancer a few days after that, right? And when folks reached out to her a few days after her surgery, she was up at it again working, talking about what she could do, how she can help people. I'm like, who does this, right? Giving back. And I love that Tammy started out with the cause. If you're going to have a cause, it should be a cause that is close to your heart. It doesn't necessarily have to be something you experience, but if it is something you can experience, your testimony is greater than that of anyone else's, anybody's. And I love that Tammy shares her story. And she's going to tell you, I'm not going to steal any of her thunder because I'm going to start getting emotional. But
look, you already got me. I'm like, I reached over to the side and was like, oh my gosh, Angie.
Yeah, I know, girl. I'm starting to get there already. Pink Pearl Hero is an incredible company that I feel like has been around for 10 years, but is brand spanking new. It's her brand that caused me to go out and buy these pearls. Pink Pearl Hero. Now she wears pearls anyway. You know, a lot of y'all girls wear them pearls of different colors with this pink. She does that for a different reason too. Those of you ski-wee girls out there know what I'm talking about. I won't even put the finger up because it's not my sorority, so I'm not going to, do blasphemy on here, disrespect my beautiful ladies at AKA. But she was already wearing already wearing pearls, excuse me. But she has a story behind why she began her company, Pink Pearl Hero. But she has branded herself effortlessly, seamlessly. Her messaging is extremely clear. I tell you all the time that confused people don't spend money. And you will never be confused when it comes to Tammy. Tammy, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Angie. Yeah, so there's 2 sororities that wear pearls. We Deltas wear pearls too. So that's, I know my Joy is on here. Joy and I talk about us wearing our pearls. So that's a whole other story. We'll do that at a girlfriend's luncheon. But yeah, I mean, I actually ran across that picture that we took as a group literally right before I had my surgery when we had the luncheon. Where was that? The Georgian the Georgian room, right? So, and I was like, man, it seems like it was just yesterday. And when I was looking at that picture, I said, it's amazing how you have these divine moments. Because I was like, I knew no one in that picture before that day. And I have relationships with everyone in that picture. But it all started again with Edeline, and just because our kids went to school together. And it's amazing how I tell people your opportunity can be right in front of you and you not even know it if you don't open your mouth and just say hi. And that's how the whole relationship started. Because we both had kids in school, and then going to her events. So I'm going to go over a little bit about the thought process with branding. And here's what I will say. It really is about your environment, the people you hang around, the girlfriends you hang around, because Angie, in conversations, and all y'all know in League of Girlfriends, you have a conversation with Angie, you will be writing a book, right? So I got that on the side of things I got to do at some point about the journey. So I just been kind of, journaling that. But, sometimes it does take a girlfriend to sit aside and say, why did you stop doing that? And I'm going to talk about that in part of the branding process, because I did restructure some things in getting that done. So I'm going to go ahead and oops, I just got to be able to share. You press my button for me. And I'll go over like the whole concept with Pink Pearl Hero, how it started, where the name came from. The name actually, here's the story of how it happened. Well, I started running in my pearls because I was training for a 10K that was a 5K that I thought was the 5K the whole time. And that's a whole nother story, but it was on my bucket list of things to do. And I was in St. Louis during the training, and I had my pearls on while I was running. I forgot to take them off. And this older couple stopped me. Okay, thank you. This older couple stopped me and said, are you running in your pearls? And I was like, oh yeah, I am. I totally forgot I had them on. And then the lady was like, that's so classy. And I was like, oh, that's me. And that's how it started. So that's how the whole running in the pearls, sweating pearls. And then when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, so I was diagnosed with breast cancer in August of 2018. So I ran the 10K that I thought was a 5K in July of 2018. And then I get diagnosed in August. So like whole world changed. And I will say for like the first 5 minutes, I had this, pity party, like, Lord, why me? I checked the box. I did everything right, and then I said, why not me? Because something big is about to happen. What? I didn't know. I just knew something big was about to happen, and a lot of women were going to be on this journey with me. So while I was waiting and going through all the testing, so it definitely was an unsurreal moment, because a lot of people didn't know, and because I didn't, and even my children didn't know. And we did that strategically because I wanted them to see me normal and then tell them. And I also wanted to tell them with a date that, okay, so here's what's going on. Mommy has breast cancer, and here's when the surgery is. Everything's going to be okay. And I wanted the process to be as normal as possible for them to relieve their anxiety. So I was going through this whole thing. But then late at night, I would, my mind was racing as I started to learn more, as I started to find out what type of surgery I was going to have. And I just didn't see a lot of women of color talking about breast cancer. And let me make this disclosure. Pink Pearl Hero is not about just women of color. It's about all women, because 1 in 8 women, not just women of color, 1 in 8 women will get breast cancer in their lifetime. But what that did is that just triggered me to say, well, why aren't we talking about it? And I was like, well, why are you waiting on someone else to do it? Why don't you do it? So trying to get the platform together, like, how can we be different, still have breast cancer awareness? And then I saw with the running in the pearls, and I, saw this clinical study done by the National Institutes of Health about the hero syndrome, the superwoman syndrome, where women, we do so much and we put ourselves to the back. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of women who can like, yep, do it all the time. Because my nurse practitioner is the one who found the lump. I didn't find the lump. And it was during my well woman exam that I had rescheduled twice because I got busy, right? And when I saw that, I'm like, okay, so this is the hero syndrome, pink pearl. And so that's how pink pearl hero came into play. And that's the story on the pearls and how the whole, and I knew I wanted to definitely have a platform about awareness. My background is actually health education. So I've been a health educator. I was in the pharmaceutical industry, and now a business partner with my husband in our brokerage. And it was just like all those things just kind of morphed into one. So it's like actually a perfect delta. So shout out to my sorors. But it did. It merged all into one. So those three people became one. And so I'm going to go over a little bit about, where are we here? I'm going to go a little bit over the branding of, how this all came into play. And I think it's just going to show on a PDF here, and that's fine. So hopefully it looks okay. So we started doing these workshops called Health, Wealth, and Self. And as we were, as I was getting the process together, and here's the crazy thing. The crazy thing is all this came into play a week before my surgery. Like, getting the Pink Pearl Hero, doing the paperwork. Nicole, who's also a girlfriend in the League of Girlfriends, like I was like, well, who do you know that does? And somebody said, hey, you need to call Nicole. So Nicole did all that for me. So shout out to her and getting all that done, because that was a process in itself. But again, reaching out to girlfriends, like, who do you know that can take care and help me do this and get that in play? And so what we basically got done before the surgery was the logo. We got the website. So I at least had the landing page and secured all of those things. And so I actually came out and literally came out with my diagnosis at one of my other girlfriends' restaurant, Tammy Lamorne, and she was, super, super supportive. We had kind of launched our, the first workshop there. And I went live and said, hey guys, so here's what's been going on, yada, yada, yada. And then I launched a video that, it went crazy. And so you can go on the Pink Pearl Hero website, but it's a video that I always play before I do the workshop. And a couple workshops in, I stopped playing the video, and Angie was like, why did you stop playing the video? Because the video is powerful. It's your story. And what happened is every time I saw it, I got emotional. And the conversation that Angie and I had was, but people need to see that. And it's so true. And I'm a big proponent on, having your story, because regardless of, especially if you're an entrepreneur or if you have a brand, people need to know your story, because they buy you before they buy whatever you have. And so I just said, oh my gosh, you just need to suck it up or wear waterproof mascara or something, right? But so I started incorporating it back in, because people needed to feel and understand. And it doesn't have to be something long and drawn out, but we put the video back into the presentation to play it. In fact, one of the things that I'm going to do this week is post it again, because it just really, it really sums up the premise and the foundation of why we started Pink Pearl Hero in the first place. So there's a picture of the website. When I look at that picture, I'm like, man, I'd totally look different now. And it's in the eyes, because of the journey. So we'll kind of go to the next slide from there. And I told you, Angie, oh my gosh, why do I have the napkins and all this other good stuff? But people need to feel that. They need to see it and they need to feel it. People need to hear your story about whatever journey you have. And it doesn't have to be cancer. It can be a reason why you started a product, to fill a need. But people need to understand that, and they need to see that, hear it, feel the emotion, because again, the first thing that people buy is they buy you. I know Tyra actually posted this today, Dr. T, about people, before they see you, they feel your energy, and that's part of the energy, definitely part of the energy. So I kind of made this disclosure or talked about this earlier. So I really don't see my breast cancer diagnosis as a bad thing. I actually see it as my Jonah moment. Hold on one second. So yeah, I actually saw it as my Jonah moment. And then, you know, most people know about Jonah and the whale. I mean, we all have these moments in life. The question is do you realize that you're in that moment? You know, I talked to, did a live with Latanya, and we were talking about COVID-19 as being the pause, right? And I told her, I said, my COVID-19 was in 2018. I had my pause then, the Jonah moment. And it was really a time that I honestly believe that the Lord had to sit me down for a second and say, we got a new plan. And because you're so busy, I need to physically sit you down. And this is the only way I know how to do that. And a lot of great things like came out of it. And, you know, you look back at your journey in life, because your journey is part of your brand. And so I was like, well, I don't know why I went into health education. Well, there's a reason why I went into health education, because now when I look at clinical, like I read clinical trials on breast cancer and the new and greatest techniques, different natural options. One of the things that did happen, and which will be part, we're putting all these pieces together, because again, we're such a new organization, is I did clinical research on CBD and the molecule itself, how it actually like suffocates cancer cells. I mean, it's all still new, but it's out there. But that was the health educator and the pharmaceutical, you know, person that had to look at that data from a different, you know, different eyes. So all those have come into play. You know, I tell people, you know, financially, like I never worried about leaving debt to the family because I had my life insurance in place, you know, and I tell women, and I'm just going to make this pause real quick for this. If you don't have life insurance outside of your job, you're doing your family a disservice, especially if they depend on you for income. Because the reality is 1 in 8 women get breast cancer in their lifetime. And you want to make sure that if you're still healthy, go ahead and get that taken care of. Because I approved insurability before any of this happened, I never worried about if this was a worst case scenario, leaving them without the plans, without money to take care of the plans that I already had in place. So that's my disclosure on life insurance. So just get it. And life insurance at work is not enough because they can take it back. And I think a lot of people in COVID right now are seeing that because the layoffs and furloughs and all that. So there I am on that disclosure. So here's kind of like the transition that happened. Again, a lot of things happened. The Jonah moment, like a new focus, the surgery. So I got a new set. I was excited about that. I mean, so hey, and you got to have a little laughter and humor in the process. That was my laughter and humor, right? Is I got a new set that I got to give the specifications for. Just absorb it, right? All right, but a lot of, mindset, learning more about me, and really where we can take this brand, to the next level. And I realized that in those pictures, with the exception of me being in surgery, I've always had my pearls on. And I really didn't realize how much people associated that until they saw me and say, oh, like those pearls. Oh, that's a new strand of pearls. I know another girlfriend of mine sells paparazzi, and anytime she gets new pearls in, she's calling me and say, here's, Deandra, here's the new set of pearls that we got in. So I'm looking at the new set of pearls. And then last week, I think I did my Mother's Day run, and I went live, and my cousin was like, where are your pearls at? and I took them off because my running pearls like broke, like the strand snapped. And these pearls that I have on, I don't run in these. These are my good pearls. You know, you have your good purse. No, these are my good pearls. Mama don't run in these. Right. So here's a little bit about the mission and vision. I mean, you can see it on the screen, but really our vision is for a woman to be a hero of her own life, attain abundant living, freedom, and health overall. And our core values, we look at 3 different thrusts. So we look at self-love, we look at self-care, and the self-awareness as well. And the self-awareness part is really on the financial part, just looking at what you have in place, you know, to leave a legacy overall. Now the logo, so I'll go over this really quick, is this is all part of the branding. I mean, a lot of thought went into this process, again, just for the Pink Pearl Hero, those 3 words itself, with the running and the breast cancer, and then with the Superwoman Syndrome project overall. So the ribbon, so if it was a white background, it would flip-flop, but of course it's a black background, that's why you don't see it. But where the white section is on the ribbon, on the shirt, it's actually black, because that's for the wealth part of it. That's the survivor part of it. The pink, of course, is for breast cancer awareness. And then the pearls are for the self-love. That's for like goal setting, meditation, you know, taking time for you. I think one thing that women, we have to get better at is we have to get better at taking time for ourselves. Because if we are, you know, part of the engine that runs the household, and y'all know it, every woman on here knows it, when y'all get sick, the whole house goes to, you know what, sugar, honey, iced tea. I'm just saying. Don't ask me. I mean, even Lauren said, Mommy, you know, when you leave, like everything kind of, so I got my little eyes while I'm gone. And so we kept everything with the color scheme. In fact, I actually just redid a font specific for Pink Pearl Hero. So we have our customized font, but again, it's all part of branding. We have our social media pages, which, and when I post on Instagram, and I automatically post on Facebook as well. So people can, you know, reach out to us. I've been, you know, getting out more, well, networking more socially, like Angie was saying. It's a great opportunity to interact and to network socially, especially through social media with other breast cancer organizations. Just because you have an organization that, you know, follows a certain topic or a certain, you know, genre or whatever it may be, that doesn't mean that you can't work together, because the more people that are creating awareness, especially when you have a brand for awareness, the better. And so I've actually am in the, like, real early stages of working with 3 other women that are also breast cancer survivors in St. Louis, which St. Louis is like the number 2 in ranking for breast cancer in African-American women. And so I'd be crazy not to do something like that, just to bring awareness, especially to the city, but also to women in general. So this is just a copy of the brochure. Again, our branding color. So I think the color scheme is important. Our fuchsia, I have to say that for my AKA girlfriends, it's fuchsia and black. Fuchsia. Okay, fuchsia, not pink. The pink is for breast cancer awareness. And y'all know I joke, we go back and forth with this all the time. Love my sisters. All right, so this is just a clip of the self-care part, because the self-care part is also about breast cancer awareness. It falls underneath there. So one of the things that I do every 30th of the month is I shoot out an Instagram, Facebook post about it's tea time to touch those tatas and tell someone else to do it, right? And it's just getting the awareness out to do your monthly breast self-exam. Again, I didn't find my lump. It was my nurse practitioner that found my lump. And so you want to make sure, ladies, that we're touching those tatas. Get you a little boob buddy. So that's, you know, that's in early phases as well. And get, you know, and I purposely, because people may say, okay, that's a little explicit. I purposely did that because that's how much awareness I want to create, to make sure that people are paying attention to their boobs, because most lumps have gone undetected, right? But if you know what's different changes, right, then you can feel things as, you know, as things start to progress and find lumps on your own. And then also, there's also with the whole branding, like there's a purpose of why I have my hands on my hips. And there's two reasons. One is because it's this like, looks like Superwoman. Y'all remember Wonder Woman, right? So maybe I'm aging myself. Wonder Woman stood just like that. I was like, oh, that looks like a hero pose. But that's also one of the poses that you should do when you're doing your self breast examination, is to look in the mirror with your hands on your hips, because what it does is it changes your body contour so you can see visual changes without even having to film them. So that is the main reason why we chose that pose, because it's the hero and it's one of the poses for your self breast exam. So you'll see that every 30th of the month. It'll be that exact picture. And then also you'll see the logo where I have the black part of the ribbon on there for the wealth, and as well as far as the survivor part. Now, also coming soon, yep, we got some things that we got to do. We have the shirts out. I got to get them out so we can mass produce them, because everybody's like, where can I buy a shirt? Where can I buy a shirt? And so we got to get those things in place. I actually wear those 2 bracelets, and I have a men's version and a women's version. And my godmother, I had to sit back with her. We worked on a prototype for the survivors, right? To have their pearls. There's pink pearls in there, and there's actually black pearls in there too. So I had the pink and the black pearls in there. So everything is branded. We're coming out with a digital planner just for the 3 topics, with self-awareness, self-care, and self-love, so that people can track that in a planner. And then, of course, some of the collaborations, and again, keeping it in brands that I personally use, brands that I personally trust. We started an initiative with Sephora. And so on Sundays, they open up the store early just for me and a group of women. And we have conversations based off of, you know, breast cancer awareness. We also may talk about some things about self-care, self-love. And then it's also a time for us to, we actually keep the themes, you know, coordinated. But we did one with foundation. Like, I think that's when Fenty had came out. And we did, you know, color matching for foundations. We did one for Breast Cancer Awareness Month where we did things on eyes. Like we did eyebrows and lashes, you know, because when women go through chemo, they lose their hair. And so we talked about different ways, more natural makeup lines to use when you're using that. So, and then of course, then COVID happened. Go figure. So we're going to get back to that. I've been touching base with the awesome managers there. I know that corporate did get wind of it. So we'll see where that goes to in the future. And then collaborating with other girlfriends. So you may see on there, Joy, you know, Joy, it was spicy. We did the pleasurable conversations. That was actually a really good workshop. I maybe have Joy talk about that. We may have to do that one again. Right. But we had some real talk about that one, but that was a great one. That was a great one too. So a lot of different initiatives. I've done a junior version of this. We did like a test, a pilot on it with younger girls like that are in high school and that are in college. And what I'm finding out is somewhere we're not passing the information to our younger girls about the importance of self-breast examinations. Because when I asked them, I said, hey, so how many of y'all do your monthly self-breast examination? And the room was like silent. I said, okay, so this is a problem. If 1 in 8 women get breast cancer in their lifetime, and we have a new generation coming in, and women are being diagnosed younger and younger. Like I met a 26-year-old who had stage 3 cancer, breast cancer. I'm like, okay, so we got to start talking to our girls. So these are some of the different workshops that we're looking at. Dawn Sims and I did one about cannabis. Again, I'm looking at the research for CBD, which the picture I don't have on here is the one of when I went through radiation. Like, you can't look, when we get out of this COVID, like, you can't even tell I had radiation, like, at all. Like, no discoloration, no burns, like nothing. But that's because I use CBD oil the whole time. So there's a place for it. There's definitely a place for it. So I'll end with this. I love Winston Churchill. I mean, he has some like, I mean, I just love his quotes. I mean, they're just pretty much black and white, right? So one of my favorite quotes by Winston Churchill says, you know, there comes a certain moment in everyone's life, a moment for which that person was born, that special opportunity when he seizes it will fulfill his mission, a mission for which he is uniquely qualified. In that moment, he finds greatness. It is his finest hour. So whatever moment you're in that moment for a reason. My moment was to birth Pink Pearl Hero. My moment was not only to birth Pink Pearl Hero, but Women of Wealth, to re-strategize some of the focus with our business, just mindset overall. But you just got to understand when you're in that moment. And when you're in that moment, you got to run with it. And whenever you're branding, if it's for business, if it's for a nonprofit, you know, keep it simple. Keep it, you know, where people are not confused. Like everybody knows Pink Pearl Hero, that I always have my pearls on. Everybody knows Pink Pearl Hero is always going to be black and fuchsia, right? Those things. And what people need to know more about, though, is the story. And so that's why I had to go back and say, people need to hear the story more and more and more. And then, of course, my little quote says, I chose to run in my moment with a new set, new vision, new focus, but of course, with pearls on. So hopefully that, you know, my story in general helped a little bit with branding, especially branding for a cause. But the biggest thing is keep it simple and then just tell people your story, because that's what they're really buying, is they're buying you. Everything else will just come to play. Miss Angie. I'm gonna stop sharing now. I only had to use my tissue once.
Did you make me the host again?
What do I need to do?
Go up to my name and make me the host. That was incredible. Thank you so much, Tammy. I'm actually going to invite, oh, I can't invite her. Well, you can invite Allison in.
Oh, there she is. I see her.
I can't invite her in because I'm not the host. You have to make me the hostess again.
Okay.
So incredible job, Tammy. We have so many people watching us. Thank you so much for that. Always so informative. And every time I see your presentation, you know, it gets better and better and more detailed and more personalized. So I love that. So again, I talk about the similarities between Tammy and I, that we are very business minded and business focused, not so much personal focused, especially when it comes to us. And humility as well. I love your humility, because I play savage again for a reason, because Tammy is a savage. But I love the way that she's very, what's the word? Humble. So she mentioned to you guys, and it wasn't until the end of the presentation you may have gotten the message, but she talked about, well, we started a relationship where we, you know, I went into Sephora and, you know, a couple of other ladies. So she made it sound like she attended something that happened at Sephora, right? She didn't let you know that she built that relationship with Sephora. She started it. She told Sephora, I need space in your location to host events related to breast cancer, which is aligned to your monthly or your quarterly, your annual marketing goals. Mm-hmm. Tammy did that. Not we, she, right? There's nothing wrong with being humble, but I'm here to expose you. I'm here to lay it on the line and expose you. Right. Okay. It wasn't we that started that. Tammy started that by asking. The Bible says you have not because you ask not. Too many of y'all are not asking. Right. You think it's Sephora is such a big company, or, you know, Walmart, man, they got so much stuff on their shelves already. They never have my stuff. No, ma'am. Your gifts are sufficient. Amen. Right? The most significant of those gifts are your voice. Use it. The Bible says you have not because you ask not. You have to ask the question. I've not been in a room with Tammy yet. Not one single time has she come to a League of Girlfriends event where she hasn't walked away with a potential collaborative relationship. Not one time. We've been in a room where it's just been me, Tammy, and one other person. And she got that person to do her t-shirts and 5 other things. We've been in a room with 30 people. She made connections with 5 people. One person's going to walk with her. Another person's going. She doesn't leave a room without collaborating with her girlfriends. You have not because you ask not. You have to ask the question. The reason why Jan's getting so much exposure, and we got some VIGs been around for 3 years that aren't getting any. One, because y'all don't come to nothing. Y'all don't listen to nothing. Y'all don't participate in it. Y'all don't call nobody. You're sitting in your crib wondering, how come I don't have no business? And guess what else y'all ain't doing? You're not answering my phone calls. That's it. You have not because you ask not.
Right.
You have to position yourself, right? And give love everywhere. So I talked about AKs and instead of deltas. I apologize for that, but we love all of our sororities.
We do. We do.
Even when Tammy talked about the AKAs, and we love Joy and Kim, and we got a million sorority sisters here, right? She does not disrespect or say anything disparaging about a sister girlfriend. That's just not what we do. We had a retreat in 2019. We had a retreat last year. And one of our newer girlfriends had decided she was going to execute her right to speak in not such a positive way, right? I'll just say it like that. So one of our newer VIGs had flown all the way from New York City, actually a celebrity. One of the legendary WNBA players said, I'm on the stage, right? Trying to correct this girl from the stage. And Kim Hampton, WNBA legend, says from the audience, don't worry about Angie. When they go high, we go low, which was cute. That was so nice. I'm so glad she felt the need to say that. She shouldn't have felt the need to say that though, right?
Right.
Because here's the thing. We don't go low.
Exactly.
We don't need to go high because we ain't going low. Y'all see me shaking my head now, but that's just me being excited about. We just don't do it. We just don't do it. Allison, what do you say about Tammy before I start with my presentation?
Listen,
get on here early.
Listen. I have to put on my glasses because I have too many tears coming out my eyes. And people, ever since I met you, sis, I mean, and I've known a lot of breast cancer survivors. I have them in my own family. But to take and make, take those lemons and make not just any lemonade, superb lemonade.
Country time.
Lemonade of excellence, of royalty.
Yes.
And so anytime that I meet someone that is either going through or has gone, I always tell them to follow you on IG. I'm like, I want you to take encouragement from, I said, she's been through it. I said, I can't speak to what you're going through, but she's been through it.
Yeah.
Right.
And now she's running, 10, 5Ks, 10Ks and all this stuff. I said, now I walk 5K, so I'll walk with you. Sis. I might do a power walk, but I can't be doing, just like, ups, right? I don't do pull-ups or push-ups. I do downs, right? I sit down, I lay down, I boogie down. So I will do a walk with you, and I'll meet you at the end, and we'll celebrate afterward. But wonderful job. It just, seeing what you've done just gets better and better, and it cements it.
Yeah.
You are permanently cemented,
yes.
Embedded in my brain, in my memory. So God bless. Great job. Thank
you. Thank you.
Incredible. I'm going to look and see if we have some comments out here. You okay? Smooch is sitting here doing his mom appointed homework. So he's looking at me like, what the heck? Listen, so thank you so much. We have so many people joining us. We got Quinn Williams, my homeboy from back in Pittsburgh, Deborah Lee. Thank you for joining us. We got my other mama, Beverly Towns. My other mother is on here. Thank you so much. Love you. Rhonda Hudgens, our girlfriend. We love Rhonda. Angela Crenshaw. Hey, Angela. Howard Williams. Karina Ellis, who is one of our VIGs. Listen, I want to thank you guys so much for joining. Abby says, hi, everyone. Hey, Abby, we love you. Tamara Bell, honey. Oh, Lord. If you have not heard Tamara Bell yet, y'all hold on. And wait till the end of the presentation. Y'all learn a little bit more about her. Abby says, Pink Pearl Hero is so good. Just looked at the website. Thank you so much. Kim Henry, who is our charter girlfriend. And she says, yes, Tamara is a savage. Always a class act. See, this is what I love about the girlfriends is that every one of them are just these classy, beautiful, graceful women, right? For women to look up to. And we didn't set about to make this organization just so everybody could look up to it. That wasn't the deal. The deal was, let's create something that's drama-free. Let's create connections at the soul. So if not Karina, that's my mother's name. If Karina, God bless her, if Corona comes up, which we didn't expect, we're here for each other.
Right.
What organizations do you have that have shown up for you now? So I love what Eleanor Roosevelt says, is that the measure of a woman, or how you tell the strength of a woman, is she's like a tea bag. You don't know how dope she is until you pour hot water on us. The lemons are here, baby. So we've made lemonade. The hot water is here, so we've made tea. And I venture to say sweet tea, right? We've done the damn thing, and we're going to keep on doing it. So this is episode, what I say, 75, 78, something. We getting close 78. To 100, right? But we're going to keep going.
Yeah.
And what I want to talk to you guys about today is that the last day of the month is either going to be a Friday, 11th, not of the month, excuse me, of every week. I will be before you as the speaker, because we do have a brand new academy, a Girlfriends Masters Academy. Actually, let me just fix something really quick. We have a Masters Academy, and our Girlfriends Master Academy has women in it that really want to elevate their businesses to the absolute next level, right? So in doing that, they joined our academy, and we're teaching them everything from how to ask for the sale, right? The Bible says you ask not because you have not. How to find the money that is hidden because you won't look for it, right? Why you should be on social media and how to be on social media in the most effective of ways, right?
Right.
It teaches you what platforms you should be on, where your customers are, right? It teaches you how to brand yourself, who your avatar is. And by the way, lots of you guys just think Avatar was a movie. No, avatars are a thing. An avatar is your perfect client. Where is your perfect client? And I always tease my Mary Kay girls. Sorry, guys, I'm looking for a picture right here. I tease my Mary Kay girls because a lot of my Mary Kay girls, when you ask them who their client is, they say, my client is everybody with a face. No, ma'am, it's not. Your client, now everybody with a face can pay you for some Mary Kay stuff, for sure. But that doesn't mean those are the people you need to be spending your marketing dollars on. Okay, so I'm going to get started. I had to add another slide here as I thought about that. And you know what? You will see the similarities between girlfriends. As we begin to talk, our talk starts to sort of coincide with one another. Our presentations will have things. You'll be like, wait, how's her presentation? Tammy just said that, and you'll see an example of that really shortly. So am I the host again, Tammy? You made me the host again?
Yep, I made you the host.
So I can share the screen?
Yep,
okay,
you are.
Let me know when you guys can see my screen. What I'm here to talk about today is finding you so you can find them. So when I talked about our academy, Tammy, if you could just raise your hand real quick and let me know, or send me a note that you can see my screen so I can begin. Do you see it?
Give me 1 second. I can see it, but I'm looking at the delay just to make sure. Okay. But I think you're good. You're good.
Okay. So you're good. So when we think about so the academy, let me go back to the academy real quick. The academy is 8 weeks of focused professional development, focused training, focused professional development, right? So with the academy, the very first week was last week, and we talked about your mindsets, because you can't execute anything if your mindset is not right. You just can't do it, right? So this week is week number 2 for academy members, and we're focusing on branding and messaging, how to find your avatar and how to brand your business to suit your avatar. Now, again, I'm going to start off by telling you that your avatar is your perfect client. And we'll talk about that really quickly in a second. But your marketing dollars should be spent going towards your perfect client. So the first thing I like to ask when we're talking about how do you find you, is this you? You ever been here at the crossroads where you can go to road A or road B and you're just trying to figure it out? Lord, just help me. I know I'm supposed to go one way. I know I'm supposed to go. I know I'm supposed to execute. And then some of you guys have a multi-level highway. Y'all got byways and highways, and y'all got all these different avenues you can go through, and you're really confused, right? But has this ever been you where you have 2 different directions you could take and you're not really sure which one to go? So I'm going to tell you where your purpose lies. Some of you are trying to still figure out what your purpose is, which is all right. It's okay, because sometimes we have a purpose and then COVID happens. And you have to realign yourself for that. You have to pivot. I love that we attended a pivot conference this past week that talked about how you pivot in your business. So I'm going to tell you where your purpose lies. Your purpose lies right at the center of your talents, your passions, your values, and then your skills and expertise. Some of you guys are going into purpose and you don't have any skills and expertise. No, ma'am, stop that. You don't have any talent. And listen, the worst purpose to go after is one that you're not passionate about. Don't do something because somebody else thought it'd be good for you to do it. You won't stick with it. You won't perfect it. Even the most intelligent of people, it will be more difficult if you don't have passions. And of course, you can't do anything that your values aren't aligned with. So I love that Mark Twain said the two most important days of your life are the day that you were born and that day when you find out why. So I want to talk about what's holding you back. Some of you are, and not everybody, this is not everybody. This is some of us, right, are being held back from your purpose because of fear and self-doubt. How about excuses? If you had $10 for every excuse you had, you'd probably be wealthy. You wouldn't be sitting around waiting on that $1,200 stimulus check, right? How about the naysayers? We have naysayers. You've never done this before. I've never seen anybody do it. Nobody in your family's ever done that. Nobody Black does that. Naysayers, right? Some of you are living with your naysayers. You know, I'm not going to talk about that because y'all stuck with them because it's coronavirus, right? But you may have naysayers in your family. You want to call your mama so bad you love her, you miss her, but she's going to say, baby, when you going to get a real job? She loves you, but she's a naysayer. I'm not saying don't talk to your mama. I'm not saying don't talk to your husband. I'm not saying ignore your sister. I'm just saying be aware of it. Your purpose is meant for you. It ain't meant for everybody to understand it. Some people that came with you can't go with you. I'm going through that right now in League of Girlfriends, right? So clarity and focus. I loved that Tammy said that your branding can't be confusing. Some of you guys got 15 businesses and y'all telling people about every single one of them. Confused people don't spend money. Stop that. We talked about multiple businesses. There's nothing wrong with having multiple businesses, because if I show you guys my multiple streams of income sheet, which I might show you at the end, you'll see at least 12 different streams of income. Some of them are directly League of Girlfriends. Some of them are items like our Ladies of Justice. Ladies of Justice is a new stream of income I just added this week. I just added one person to my team. That lady added 2 people to hers yesterday. Ladies of Justice, right? Training overload. So lots of you guys that are in these multi-level marketing, God bless you, but you're on training overload. So you are now, and I love the Marines, so this is no shade on the Marines, but you know when you send somebody away or a family member goes to the Marines, when they come back, they're a different person? The few, the proud, the Marines. How about the brainwashed? I guess for a good purpose, but you know how they're a little different. Like Army people, they come back a little bit the same. Navy, Air Force, a little bit. You still can recognize them. Marines, they are machines when they come back. They come from Rocky Balboa, to what was his name? Drado. I forget this. You all know the Rocky movie. I'm dating myself. But you remember he said, if he dies, he dies. Y'all remember that? No, y'all laughing. Y'all remember that, right? Drado or Dreo, whatever his name was. But he was like a Marine. He was a machine, baby. Right? So some of your multi-level marketing companies have you so brainwashed into believing this is the only way to do it. And then what happens is that particular company goes out of business, like Toys R Us, right? We never thought would go out of business. Blockbuster, we never thought would go out of business. I had a few cards here to show you guys. I don't know where I put them. But I love that our girlfriend Susan Guthrie, here they are right here. 2 businesses that I still have cards for that don't exist anymore. Charm and Charlie. Who didn't love Charm and Charlie? Who thought they'd go away? And Toys R Us, of course. I got my rewards right here. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. I'm still a Toys R Us kid, but there ain't no Toys R Us. So you need to brand yourself for you, because that multi-level marketing company or a company that you aligned with, right, may go away at some point. And what have you for you? What is your legacy? Not what money you're making for another company. It's great because you're making money in that company. I'm not saying leave your multi-level marketing. I'm saying brand you, for your family, for your kids, right? And then business isolation. Some many of you guys have your business and you keeping it right over here. You ain't telling nobody about it because you don't want to tell nobody about grandmama's recipe. You can't share it. And then you have a huge company like Nabisco or somebody comes to you and says, we'll pay you, $5 million, but you got to show us how you make it. You said, oh, no, baby, this is grandma's family recipe. And you end up broke with grandma's family recipe underneath the mattress when they bulldoze the house and tear the house down. It's the truth. Earl Graves Jr. told me at a meeting at Citigroup, the reason why especially African-American people necessarily, and it's a lot of races, don't become wealthy is because they won't share their secrets, their recipes, the way they did it, because they're afraid somebody's going to steal it, right? Watch that movie, Arachnophobia, whatever it's called, that Tyler Perry movie, right? He had to sell his idea in order for him to get to his true promise. What was success for him was wealth. So that's a whole different story. But listen, let's take some business inventory. We're going to go through this really quickly. Where does your business stand today? What goals do you have in place? As you're asking yourself these questions, as I'm asking them to you, think about it. What goals can you do right now? And what are your obstacles? Listen, if you have obstacles, maybe it's the size of your office. Maybe you don't have storage. Maybe you need a partner. Maybe you don't understand law and you got to get with a lady of justice, right? Maybe you don't understand finances. You got to get with Tammy Lewis. Maybe you don't understand how to start a nonprofit and you got to get with C. Nicole. Maybe you don't understand your numbers and you got to get with Edeline Francois Dryden. Come on, somebody. Maybe you don't know how to plan those special events and you got to get with Danella Burnett. We've got a girlfriend here for everything, right? What are your obstacles? If you have an obstacle, I'm not going to tell you don't try to figure it out, but get some help. What are your easy wins? What's the low-hanging fruit? So here in corporate America, I understand now low-hanging fruit. I understand now there's sort of a everyday term for it, but I really thought it was a corporate term. We said this in corporate, low-hanging fruit is things the easiest to grab off of and eat off of right then. That's low-hanging fruit, right? What are the things you have? You might already have some inventory. Maybe you've planned parties and you kept the stuff and you love to do it. That's your low-hanging fruit. What color do you have predominantly? If you like that color, use it as your brand colors. Start planning parties and taking pictures by using the stuff you already have. And then go around the house, all that stuff that's sitting on shelves, collecting dust. Make visual imagery of that and take pictures of it. Put it on your website. This is what a party looks like. Make a mock party. Low-hanging fruit. And then how will you celebrate? We got to celebrate. Napoleon Hill even told us this. Once you've accomplished those goals that you have set for yourself, once you've defined your definiteness of purpose, once you've reached those things, whatever that success is for you and whatever the time period are you using to gauge, how are you going to celebrate? You have to celebrate your wins. I love that Thomas Edison said that many of life's failures are people who did not realize how very close they were to success when they gave up. Hey, y'all, many of y'all on the brink, your toes are hanging off the edge. You just about to fly and you ready to give up because somebody said, we got to pay the rent. We got to do so-and-so. And you've allowed your fear to replace your faith. Now, sure, you do have to pay your bills. I'm not telling nobody not to pay your bills. I'm saying allow your faith to replace your fear. Thomas Edison said this, and we only know him for one thing. He had 2,332 patents. Which thing do you remember him for? I know what y'all saying. The light bulb. Well, I don't know if the light bulb was patent number 1,522 or if it was 2,222. We don't know, but he kept on going, right? So listen, this is where I talk about that some of our girlfriends end up having the same exact, we talk about the same things. Did y'all remember that she just mentioned Wonder Woman? It was already in the presentation. So know that you can transform, right? You have the ability to change. So those of us that are a little more seasoned, we remember this lady on the left-hand side, Linda Carter. She was Wonder Woman. If you're too young to remember her, Google her. She still looks that dope. I don't know if she looked that dope. She could fit the outfit, but she still fly, right? But this Wonder Woman had a plane that was invisible. She had a whole crew of chicks she would go check out, hang out with, right? She would spin around in her regular Linda Carter clothes and turn it, Wonder Woman. We all remember the song. Right? We love, this was our image of Wonder Woman visually on TV. And lots of us love the mighty Lady Isis. I couldn't find a picture of her. I'll find her later. Mighty Isis. If you're my age, you're 70s baby, you remember Mighty Isis, right? So Wonder Woman, this was our image of her. And then what happened in 2000, I guess it was 18, 17, I don't know what year, we got a brand new Wonder Woman. Look at her. She's fierce. She's changed her costume up, but she's still Wonder Woman. She whooped everybody's ass up in that movie. Y'all saw it? If y'all don't see it, y'all need. But see, we have a new image of Wonder Woman. If Wonder Woman can transform, can't you? Yeah, you're saying she got her superpowers, but you have yours too. Your gifts are sufficient. You have your Wonder Woman powers. You can do all things, not 2 things, not 5 things. Smooch, how many things can you do? Can you do all things? Y'all hear that? Can you do 5 things?
No.
How many things can you do, Smooch?
All things.
5 things, 14 things,
No.
25 things,
No.
200 things.
No.
How many things can you do?
All things through Christ that strengthens.
Amen, somebody. All things. Y'all hear my peanut gallery? All things through Christ that strengthens you. You can do all things. What I ask you to do is just don't get lost in the crowd. Don't get lost in the crowd. If you're in a multi-level marketing store, you might be one of 5 gazillion paparazzi girls, but stand out. What have you done differently for you so that you stand out in the crowd? So what I like to talk about is how to find you, which is what we just focused on, so that then they will find you and your clients will find you. So the first thing is, who is your avatar? So we talked about this earlier. Your avatar is your perfect client. How do you find them? First thing you have to do is define who are they. You got to know something about them. Do some study and some research. What are their characteristics? What are their age? Are they married, unmarried? Do they have children? What are their goals? What are their priorities? What's their lifestyles? What are their objections? Same way you got to figure out what your things, the obstacles are. You have to figure out what's the thing that client's going to say to you as to why they can't join your organization or be a part of your team or buy your products and services. So one of my objections is that so many women say, well, Angie, I love what you're doing. I love your energy. I hear that so much, right? I believe that every woman needs a girlfriend. Yeah, I need girlfriends too, but you guys do so much stuff out there in Cobb County, or I do stuff down Atlanta, and I just don't have the time. That's one of the objections I hear the most. So what I want to know is, what's your objection now that we are virtual, right? But you have to know the objection so that you have something to combat them. You have to have the answers, right? So do your research. We talked about this. There's survey tools. If you want to find out if this is truly your audience, do a survey. Put something on social media. Ask people the questions. Again, you have not because you asked not. And then once you figure out who your avatar, try them on for size. Jan Lauer says, I think Angie's part of my avatar. So she called and said, Angie, can you use some of my stuff? So we're going to talk about really quickly your best practices. Here's some of the things you should be doing. Do things that are greater than you. If your purpose meets your values, you're using your skill sets, right? What are you doing that's greater than you? You heard about Pink Pearl Heroes? Tammy could have had her double mastectomy, got herself all looking fly. She was already fly before. She's even more fly now. And she could have said, all right, enough now. I'm going to keep on making some money. But she did something that was greater than her. She's talking to young girls. She's going into Sephora. She's relating to other people that may not be thriving after breast cancer, after any cancer, right? Do something greater than you. Keep a positive mindset. Let's see, I got a chat here. Let's see. Hold on, guys. I just want to see, is somebody in the chat saying something, or you're not seeing my picture? I want to check this because last time I didn't check the chat. Somebody told me that they couldn't see my picture. Is everything, if everything's okay, y'all give me a hands up. Sorry.
You're good.
Okay, thank you so much. Because last time somebody was chatting, last time somebody chatted, the chat was, Angie, we can't see you. And I didn't check it to the end. Okay, thank you so much, Tammy. So, all right, so keep a positive mindset. Do things that are greater than you, right? Make realistic goals. So your goal should not be, I'm going to be a millionaire next weekend and fly to the Caribbean and buy 10 houses. Shouldn't be your goal. That's not realistic. Unless, of course, you're going to play the lottery. Are they still doing the lottery? I haven't seen any. Is the lottery still going? I haven't even thought about it. Are people still playing the lottery? Or do we still have a lottery? We need to put that on our deficit in the government if we are. I don't know.
That's a good question.
Have you seen it though, Tammy? I haven't seen anybody playing.
No.
Talking about the Mega Million, the Mega nothing.
I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, they need to put the Mega on the government. Give it to the governor. Give it to the governor.
Right.
Y'all got the Mega Millions. Y'all got $1 to put in. Everybody put $1 in and put it into some of these small businesses right in your town that you were going to. You're not going to. And I tell my folks back in Homewood, we love all these little small Black-owned businesses. Why don't each one of y'all give $10 to Mr. Dorsey, to Baker's, to all these places? Give some money to these small businesses. You know, the Showcase barbecue that y'all love to eat on Frankstown Avenue in Homewood, Brushton. Y'all got that? Okay, so write your goals down. Write your goals down and keep them near to you. So my girlfriends in the academy have written a personal goal messaging to themselves. They've signed it. They've dated it. They read it every single morning, every single night. Before they pick up their cell phones, they read their definiteness of purpose. Have you done that? Are you doing that? Right? Tie your desired results into your goals. I love this. So I always show my goal sheet, and this is my handwritten one that I did. But my goal sheet is always tied directly into what I want my desired results to be. So what I do is I write down all of my streams of income, my sources of income, excuse me, Tammy, all of my sources of income, right? And then I write down the people that already owe me money. My accounts receivable is always my number one. So my desired goals are tied into the items that will get me there. My girlfriends list, my retreat folks coming to the retreat. People sign up for one-on-one coaching. People sign up for me to help them write a book. All of my different avenues of sources of income are right here. So tie your desired results, your desired goals into your goals. Make a plan on how you achieve them, and then get 2 accountability partners. Now, some people always say get 1 account. No, I say get 2, because one of them folks probably gonna get tired of you. That's the reality of it, right? Because everybody has their own lives. Everybody's sheltering in place. We're all dealing with our own challenges. Some people, unfortunately, have lost people during coronavirus, where some folks are still stressed out for this homeschooling. We're not. Hallelujah. School's over. Don't send us no more damn work. We're done. We're done. 5th grade is over. Okay. But get yourself 2 accountability partners. And then I love that Serena Williams said, don't let anybody work harder than you. Nobody. And y'all see how hard she works. She's pregnant on the tennis court, right? So I want to introduce you guys. This is our branding for our Girlfriends Masterclass, right? It's a Girlfriends Masters Leadership Academy. I'm sorry, it's not the Masterclass. This is our academy where we put women through a process that really, really, really want to elevate their businesses to the next level. If you're a lady that's sick of being sick and tired of your business not being mobilized, of you just being lost in the sauce, lost in the crowd, not sure what your messaging should be, don't know about your branding, don't know who the hell your avatar is, trying to find the money that you left on the table, not sure about social media, don't know how to ask for the sale, don't know how to, come on. We're waiting for you. We'll keep the lights on for you. And then I wanted to show you ladies that our annual Girlfriends Retreat is still going to move forward. So our retreat was originally scheduled for May 28th through the 30th, right? So you know we're not going to do anything in person now, not until the fall. We are rescheduling a full-blown in-person retreat / anniversary because our anniversary event is usually in September. We're going to schedule a retreat / anniversary event for September that will be in person. But on May 29th, next Friday, now all of you guys already had this on your calendars because y'all was coming to the retreat. May 29th, we will have an experience of a lifetime. We're going to have more fun than you have had on anything you've done virtually. This is a girlfriends retreat. We're going to get together. Our charter girlfriends like Allison Feliciano is going to be there. Ken Henry's going to be there. Dr. Tyra I talked to last night. Linda Williams is going to be one of our inspirational speakers. Listen, there are more speakers than this. We're working in the background to get them to you. But this is just a sample of some of the incredible speakers and workshop leaders we're going to have. Let me tell you how it's going to work. You're saying virtual. Oh, not another virtual thing. Yes, ma'am, but this is different. But y'all know that already. Every single girlfriend's thing we do is different. It's nothing like anything else. So when we say networking, we're really socializing. But we're going to do this in a virtual environment that will allow us to have breakout rooms, and you get to choose in your registration which breakout room you want to go to. We're going to have keynote speakers, and guess who's going to be joining us? Our mistress of ceremonies. Did I spell that right? I might have spelled that wrong. Our mistress of ceremonies is none other than reality TV star from the show It's a Man's World and mom activist, none other than Lador Milter. Now, if you don't know Lador, honey, you have been, especially if you're in Sandy Springs, if you're over there in those areas and you haven't heard of Lador, you must be under a rock, because she is at the forefront of every woman's activism event that happens in Atlanta. Lador is thebomb.com. I have been around her. I met Lador actually last year when we did our women's march. She was the MC and she was there with all of the top ladies that were running for office and looking for a whole, but it was a women's march, bipartisan women's march. This is what we need. We need to involve ourselves in activism. We have to participate. Let's see. I don't know what happened.
The camera went off. Okay.
Yeah, your camera.
Now you're
You're
back.
good.
We have to participate in what we want to see happen for our world and for our children. So we are so happy that none other than Miss Lador will be joining. Lador came to the retreat last year too. Excuse me. I don't know if you guys saw her. She came to the fashion show. She was there that night. And she had a lot of stuff to do, but she fit in her calendar. We were so happy to see her. She was there for our book launch as well as for our for our fashion show. So Lador is going to be our mistress ceremony. You see, we've got a lot of speakers already listed, but a lot of other speakers coming, workshop leaders. So you guys will be able to pick from everything from messages on how to keep your house safe and clean with Sheila Tibbetts to the best uses of CBD hemp oil with Susan Guthrie. We're going to have Doris talk about you about your mindsets. We're going to have Jackie talk to you about the distances of being employed versus having an entrepreneur mindset. Listen, so many diverse messages. Also, we're going to have a room just for our vendors. We're going to do something really creative here. Our vendors are going to have an opportunity. They're going to have their own room, and they're going to have an hour to share their stuff with you. And then you can take it on the sidebar. If you want to talk to a vendor on the sidebar, you have the ability to make sales directly online, virtually. This is nothing that you've seen before, ladies. But you will love, love, love this. But most of all, you'll love the time spent with girlfriends. I know we're all so tired of these virtual. I'm tired. Maybe y'all not tired. Maybe because I'm on episode 78, I'm tired of virtual. But listen, this is going to be lots of fun. We're going to have raffles. We're going to have games. We're going to do, giveaways. It's going to be incredible, incredible time spent together. So you'll hear more about it as this week goes on. This is the first time we are exposing you to the flyer so you can see all these beautiful faces and know who's going to be in front of you. We'll send out a formal invitation. For those of you that have already paid for the retreat, you will receive your ticket tomorrow's Friday. By Sunday, you'll receive your ticket and how to access this virtual girlfriends retreat. You'll receive that by Sunday if you've already paid for your ticket. If you have not yet paid for your ticket, this is your opportunity. You can use that bit.ly link. Now, it's very cost efficient. Where are you going to go to an online retreat for $20? Nowhere. $20. Now, the reason why it's so cheap, and lots of people say, wait a minute, the full-blown in-person retreat was $150. Why is this only $20? It's $20 because we want to make sure that we are spoiling you. So when it comes to the fall, honey, you'll be running to our event, right? So we just want to give an opportunity to do during COVID because we know these are difficult times. And those of you, as I mentioned, have already paid for the retreat, you are going to get credit. You will be able to come to this retreat for absolutely free. And then you'll get credit towards the retreat we're going to have in the fall retreat anniversary event. Also, we are having we still have vending opportunities. Those of you that have already paid on a vending opportunity, if you have not paid in full, you will get credit. Right? And some of you have already paid in full, so you're a shoo-in. You're already going to come in, right? So also we have VIP access. So what's the difference between general admission? General admission is everybody can come. You can participate in the breakouts, participate in all the raffles. You'll be involved in everything. And you want to have a hey old time, right? But if you're a VIP, you also get a gift bag mailed to you afterwards. And you also get a full-blown recording of the event. Incredible, right? So if you missed a speaker, maybe you're coming and now maybe you're still working full time and you got to dip in and out. As a VIP, you actually get the recording of the event afterwards. And of course, our vendors, in addition to getting the recording in the gift bag, our vendors also get the full attendee list. But you know, when we give you lists, we tell you how to treat those lists. So there's no spam in here. We don't do that, right? So, okay, we'd love for all of you guys to participate. If you want to participate, please use that bit.ly link right now. This flyer is also available online. We want you guys to come to the retreat. If you want to have some fun, if you want to let your hair down, if you want to learn new things in a fun, loving girlfriends event, come on to the retreat. Thank you so much. Our
Awesome.
charter girlfriends are going to be involved in that. And listen, so Allison's a charter member, but it's her first time actually seeing that flyer. So, you know, there used to be just surprising with things, but mistress, I spelled mistress wrong. Okay, so I do have to correct that. Listen, I'm human. This stuff does happen. I spell wrong all the time.
That's okay.
And so listen,
You know,
go ahead, Allison.
it's nothing like a little edit and just put it back up there. That's okay.
I'm gonna do that right now.
It's a beautiful flyer. It's a beautiful flyer. But I have a quick thought, because guys, she gave you a lot of information. Go back and rewatch this whole episode and take notes. But you know what you said is that why some people miss the boat because they have, you know, grandma's recipe and they get offered $5 million and they won't leap. It's because of the lack of knowledge. Because you know, with things that like what I do and what Tammy does, we could teach them to take that $5 million and turn it to $25 million.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So that's one. Two, you know, I had to laugh. Thankfully, I was on mute when you were talking about how people have so many businesses. And you know what? You don't have to tell everybody everything. Okay. You don't have to keep the main thing the main thing. My main thing that you will always hear from me is learn how to multiply your money, right?
Yep.
Learn how to multiply your money. I have other facets within my financial business, but I keep the main thing, and it's okay. Every multimillionaire I know has several streams of income.
Yes.
Okay? Several avenues, several sources.
Right, I was going to say she's going to correct you.
Sources of income. That was just a momentary lapse. I need some lunch. That was it. But I didn't have coffee today either, for sources.
Yes.
But then keep the main thing the main thing.
Yes.
Because if you sell, it's like the guy on the corner with the trench coat. I got watches over here. I got steak on this side, and I got, you know, what you need. No,
right.
But it's okay to pull in those sources. Because listen, God forbid source A dries up to B, C, and D.
Yes, ma'am.
But if you're all over the place, then people won't take you seriously. So great job, everyone. I loved it.
Thank you.
It. Now I'm going to go get my lunch so that I don't have that lapse again for my sister to get me. But
it's all good.
Yeah, so I'm going to update that flyer so that it's spelled correctly. I want to thank you, Jaleesa. Jaleesa, we miss you. Thank you for joining us, Jessica Fraser. Hey, we got Patrice Goins on. Patrice is also a BIG with League of Girlfriends. Listen, we are looking for one of our candy-coated girlfriends to participate. So Joy was talking about she might be able to travel. Listen, nobody has to travel. Nobody has to travel. You travel by clicking on your mouse and getting to the event, right? So listen, we love you to have you. Dr. Linda Katz is with us. Lisa Bailey said, thank you, Tammy, for sharing your story. It was very inspirational. Yes. Jessica, did I mention Jessica? Michael Peoples Sr., thank you for joining us, Mr. Michael Peoples, excuse me. That must be a tongue. Peter Pepper, Pick Pepper. Michael Peoples. I know people get that. Like Michael Peoples. Okay, thank you guys. And Barbara Galvin says she loves it. And our girlfriend and our Lady of Justice. Listen, this girl got so many titles. Lady of Justice, Captain for West New York, BIG. Regina Keenan is on, and she says, "Hi everybody. In North Carolina, a lot of men are winning the lottery. I didn't know that. Awesome. Okay, good to know." Listen, so this was an incredible time spent together. If you are interested in the Girlfriends Masters Leadership Academy, you need this type of leveling up business plan. And listen, we have so much fun together. So it is not just business with us. Our slogan is, it's not business, it's personal. But you know, you got to get personal to get to the business, right? You know that? So that's what
Angie.
Yes, ma'am.
Real quick. So one of the things, since we got a lot of women that will be watching this, one of the things that we finally figured out, like, because everybody's been asking me, so what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You can't, you know, not just the workshops and breast cancer awareness. So one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to give survivors a hero box. One of like my girlfriends that were in St. Louis, you know, they were trying to figure out how they could help me through the process, you know, in Atlanta. And I had one girlfriend, Melanie Muhammad and Kelly Seymour. They would send me these boxes that just had random things in it. My sister-in-law did too. So, and Michelle, and it would have like beauty stuff in it, or it would have a gift card to like Panera, and or it would have like one of them was a t-shirt, so just like random things. And I said, let's do a hero box, so when women who want to support their girlfriends that are going through the process, like especially right now, what a better way is to send them a hero box. But here's what I've decided that I want in the box is I want to use this as an avenue to support other women's businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So women that have especially a vegan product line, cancer-free, because I don't want anything like that has carcinogens in it, because that just kind of defeats the purpose. But anything from self-care, like, you know, I'm in early talks with Demi Blue. I've talked about them a couple times before, my girlfriend, Michelle Robinson, and she actually has a polish called Pearls and Lace that I wear. But, you know, things like that. So there's women out there who have a business where maybe even they have something that's pink or something that can help inspire a woman, or just to put a smile on her face while she's going through the process. Reach out to me. You can reach out to me either on my Facebook page under Tamara Lewis, or on the Pink Pearl Hero, because I check that all the time as well. So if you have something, reach out to me and let's see if we can collaborate together. That's in early stages, but I want to have it in place. So even if, you know, somebody can send another survivor a box every month, then we're looking into doing that too. So
That's
I wanted to make sure.
Thank you so much for that. So Tammy, do you like know the shape of your box already? How big it is? How much it can hold? Or is
So
it
I don't.
box? Or okay, so let's talk through that, because also our charter member Kim Henry is starting a brand new company, and I think it's going to be called something like Don't Open Yet, where say if you're having a family reunion or something, you send out boxes to everybody in family reunion, and they get on a virtual and open them at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So what we're doing with Kim's business, we're taking, of course, VIGs that have things, and especially that already have inventory, and we're using that as the the whatever the word is, the core
Okay.
products that are going into that. So I would love if you would consider your VIGs and go to the girlfriends list, and I'll tell you who's a VIG, who's not. But anybody on the girlfriends list is free game. And also it could be some gift certificates too. Okay. Lots of our VIGs have services where, like, maybe Myra's an esthetician and she's vegan. So she probably uses, in her services, she probably uses vegan products, but she'd probably be willing to give you a gift certificate. Okay. Same thing with Evie. Evie's our reflexologist. I'm sure Evie would be willing. So it could be gift certificates in addition, but you probably need to determine what the dollar value is going to be. And if every box looks the same, and do people get to pick their own boxes? Like, can I say I want a Pink Hero box that's valued at $200, or how's that work? Right. You know, so, and also another thing that Tammy mentioned really quickly, that she has a digital planner. Is that what it's called, digital planner?
Yeah, it's called One Dope Planner. You know I like the word dope too. One
Dope Planner, right? So girlfriends, we're going to have a League of Girlfriends branded. It's a digital planner. It's what she uses to plan her entire life. And this is a super, super busy woman. It's so funny. My husband said to me the other day, we were laying in bed, he said, so babe, like, how do you know, like, what time you have to get up and when you have, like, is it all on your computer? When I said, no, well, it's kind of all on here. This is my schedule. This is what my schedule looks like, right? So, but you know how we have the schedule, and then we got to go to our notes, and then we got to go to something else. Then we got to go to all the 5 notebooks. Then we got to go to Tammy has everything in one place, and it's digital, which means you take it around with you. You ain't got to go and look through, oh, where's that notebook? It's digital. So what you're already using for your iPad or for your tablet or whatever, it's there. It's part of what you already have, right? So we're going to have a League of Girlfriends version of that. I'm so looking forward to that. And if you have a nonprofit, one of the things I want to do also, and I'm going to try to find a way to squeeze it into this retreat. We're already full of stuff, but I want for our VIGs, our platinum VIGs, our charter members, and our captains who have nonprofits. If you have a nonprofit, and I don't know about it, like I already know Tammy's, I already know Dr. Sabrina Dorsey, I know a lot of you, I know Linda Williams, I know Kim Henry, a lot of our members already know about your nonprofit. But if you have a nonprofit, Tara Neal, Elizabeth Krause, I know you have nonprofits. If you have a nonprofit, I don't know about it, I cannot tell people about it.
Right.
The more I know, the more I talk about. right? And I do ask you guys to consistently consider one another. Because I said, if I can consider 300 of y'all, y'all can certainly consider 2 or 3 of y'all. Right. When you're thinking about what business do, when you think about gift boxes, when you're thinking about I need somebody to do something, or my clients have another need, partner with another League of Girlfriends member. And if you can't find a partner with somebody, collaborate. Collaboration is queen. Thank you so much, Samantha. Sam's on. Hey, Sam. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Sam.
Love Sam. Sam and Tammy have actually done things together. So I love it. Tammy always has such a collaboration spirit, a spirit of who else can help me move the mark, and who else can I help them move their mark.
Exactly.
And that's collaborate and move the mark together. I love that. So we're going, let's put a little bit more Savage back on. We don't own the rights to this music, but we absolutely own the rights to Get Down. Mm-hmm. So I hope the Facebook can get that and not block our sound. But every single time, listen, I want you guys to come to the retreat. Charter members, captains, tell people about the retreat. If you're not a captain, VIGs, tell other people about platinum VIGs, tell people about the retreat. Get these rooms full so that you and your other VIGs and your vendors can make some money. And listen, get ready, because if you're coming to the retreat and you're a vendor, you know you have to offer special discounts to our VIGs. This is a VIG lifestyle, honey, y'all. Very important. Girlfriends rule around here, but we love all of our girlfriends. Allison takes us out. She's usually our girl. She is our girlfriend on the street. I don't think I introduced you like that. Our LOG on the street, Allison, is always here with us. Allison, what say you, baby?
Listen, go back and watch this whole thing full of great nuggets. Come back today at 6 o'clock. Always listen, doubt your doubts, feed your faith, put your dreams above your fears. Have an awesome day. God bless y'all.
Thank you so much. And tonight at 6 o'clock, we will be joined by none other than Stevie Aisha Mills, who will talk to you about how to niche your business down, right? And then, of course, Pamela Hope, our BIG, our beautiful Pamela Hope, is going to be joined, telling us, use what is in your hands. I love that. Thank you guys so much. This has been time very well spent. I'm going to go make some waffles for my crew here. Love you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Let's finish out with some Savage. I got to learn how. There got to be an easier way. I need a keyboard where I can just press and press. This whole clicking on different windows and the mouse not working, that ain't working for me. All right, y'all. Have a great day.
Oh, you got like the remix going on, Angie.
I guess. I don't hear Beyonce. I hope it's a clean version. I'll see y'all later.